So our heat races are determined by qualifying speeds. The fastest qualifiers are on the pole for each of the first 6 heat races. On the pole for the 6 heat races, the second fastest group. If you qualified 7th, you're outside row number 1 of heat number 2, and so on.
Let's take a look at our lineup for heat number 1, beginning on the front row out of Rohnert Park, California, in the 7H, the number 1 qualifier, way down in the 11s, Jojo Helberg. And then out of Langford, British Columbia, in the 33J on the outside row 1, Jeff Montgomery.
Making the 2,000-mile drive here from London, Ontario, it's Ryan Litt, a star in the must-see sprint car series. Outside of him, the number 91 of Darren Yates of Duncan, British Columbia.
Terre Haute, Indiana's Kevin Newton is here inside of row number 3 in the 16TH. And on the outside, out of Nampa, Idaho, Michael Anderson in the 68.
Mike Hathaway in the number 27 out of Colorado. Inside of Anthony Offit out of Portland, Oregon in that number 8. And again, everybody has to worry about getting into this field. Top 2 in the heat race transfer. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th go to the B main. You don't finish 6th, you're in the C main, hoping you can be one of those cars, maybe, to transfer into the back of the B.
Everybody getting pushed off, and we'll be underway here in just a minute. Anderson in the 68 getting underway. There is the 7 of Litt.
That's Helberg. That's Jojo.
Oh, that's Helberg.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Jojo there.
So Jojo's got a brand new car. He had a lot of success. He's been away from wing sprint car racing for a while, but the excitement built as soon as we heard about him coming.
There was a buzz when he sent that entry form in, wasn't there?
Yeah, really cool to see. You know, these drivers are ready. He spent a lot of time polishing this one from his shop in California to get here. King of the Wings, no problem. Racing against wing sprint cars at any racetrack, no problem. Jojo has not been at this track to race as of yet. He was not here last year in the inaugural Open Wheel Showdown, which a new track for almost everybody in the field last year.
50 grand's pretty solid as it is, but he took the extra money that he put into the purse this year and he spread it deeper down through the field, and good start money and all that.
We just saw Gary Land's number 55 getting pushed back to the pits, so it's one less car to worry about getting into the top 2 and then the top 6 to transfer into the B main. I take that back. Gary Land was on the track for a moment. I'm looking at the published heat race lineups, and he was not on the heat race 1, so just something mechanical.
Changed an engine or done something like that, letting him do a warm-up.
So Helberg was really fast, and keep in mind when we had practice sessions yesterday and today, a lot of single car runs, a lot of 4 or 5 lap runs, 6-minute runs. This is the first time they get to race side by side here. Now there was some grip spray put around the upper groove. A lot, and Davey Hamilton Jr. said there's a lot more there to try to make it a 2-groove racetrack. Last year the cooler temperatures prevented that from coming fully into being a factor, so there was a big difference and a big fight for the inside line, and Willison mastered that last year in winning the 50 grand. Again, the cooler temperatures and now this weather washing off whatever rubber we built up this afternoon will play a factor in these heat races this evening.
A couple of hot laps here to get everybody warmed up, get some heat in the tires before we go green. We'll line everybody up 2 by 2 and get underway.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. You just were talking about Gary Land, who was out getting some motor issues possibly figured out. We talked to him earlier on today, not the night he was looking for yesterday. Ended up in the wall, broke a possible front axle. Hathaway provided that additional axle for him to be able to finish out today, but they are looking at some possible motor damage, trying to figure that out for the 55 machine. So just shaking out that race car to see if they are able to get it figured out to run tonight's heat racing action.
It's making a long weekend a little longer, huh?
Good job by Mike Hathaway lending that front axle. That's pretty cool. Fastest qualifier on the pole. 7th fastest qualifier outside row number 1. Ryan Litt also a little bit disappointed, I would say, in his time. He wants to get in the top 2 in this heat race to advance on to the pole shuffle and know he's going to start in the first 6 rows of tomorrow night's 50 grand to win race.
Scheduled for 12 laps. We've got 6 sprint car heat races set to go here tonight. This is race number 1. Helberg and Montgomery on the front row. Helberg on the inside in the black 7. Here we go. Green flag, and we're underway. Oh, one car gets real loose coming through 1 and 2, but it's Helberg leading him down the back straightaway and into 3, and Litt trying to get to the ball. second, not going to get there.
Yates just trying to find some kind of grip, has drifted all the way back outside the top 5 in the 91.
Montgomery sits in second right now. These laps are going to tick away in a hurry, Jim. Qualifying best laps in the 11-second range. I'm guessing these race laps are going to be 12, 13 seconds. Let's see. Montgomery
is learning as he goes here, knowing Helberg had a great qualifying line. Helberg's kind of replicating that line lap upon lap here. Last lap, 12.663 in these cooler conditions.
Newton in that blue and yellow 16 right there, the second car in line, was all the way up to 4th, and coming out of 2, he lost 2 spots, and everybody behind him moved up a little bit. So now Anderson's in 4th, Yates is in 5th, Newton back to 6th.
Believe it or not, the distance between these cars is not that much when it comes to these cars putting that much air through the flowing over the bodies and the wings. A spin in turn 4 on the apron.
Yeah, that'll bring out the caution, the first one. And Helberg was just about to lap off it at that point as the caution comes out. So Offit gets a break, gets to go back around without getting a lap down. Let's take a look at the replay here, and you'll see the spin. Got on the throttle, a little bit of a lazy spin.
Telltale sign there, his left front also ran over the rumbles in the middle of the corner 3 and 4. That kind of got the car upset, and when he got back on the gas, it just sent him.
The good news is he kept that pretty race car pretty.
Yeah, there's no dirt mounds, no monster truck shows in the infield to worry about. So coming back to Oregon, I'm going to keep my eye on who's running second row inside, Ryan Litt.
Yeah.
What has he done? He was kind of running behind Montgomery. What's he going to do here to maybe get a sneak a spot, maybe stay tight to the tail tank on the 7 of Helberg here to keep that inside run and maybe lock out Montgomery from getting a run?
If he can do that, he can get Montgomery by the time they get to 3. All right. Speed starting to pick up. Here we go. Green flag is waving. We're back at it.
Helberg went high. Montgomery went low.
Big loose moment there for Montgomery. Thought Litt might get a shot to take advantage of it. He didn't. In fact, Litt is going to get hit and turned around, and that'll bring out our second caution.
2 cars, same spot. One's going to lose.
Yep.
Like Anderson won that one. Ryan Litt just got sent around. Not getting the inside run when Helberg and Montgomery raced away.
Yeah, he didn't get the start he needed, did he?
No.
Let's watch this.
And he and Anderson were really close together here.
Down into 3, and yeah, just no room for the 2 cars. Everybody going for the same real estate, and around he went. Well, he got up on 2 wheels there, too. See that?
Yes, I did. The right front was high in the air there. And this is not going to help the appetite of getting something quenched here in terms of the appetite and Ryan Litt's efforts to make the A main by locking in through the heat race.
Well, he's got a fast enough race car. He can get himself back in a good finishing position here with 7 laps remaining. 1 to go, says our flag man.
So Mike Anderson gets the inside. Darren Yates will line up outside the second row. They're not going to take the crack at the 2 fastest cars in this heat race by qualifying time and by the first 5 laps. We certainly know Helberg's got a great piece, and Montgomery's is just a little bit slower, not by much.
Montgomery's got to get a great start here.
Yep.
Here we go. Helberg first into the throttle.
Anderson had a good run on the inside.
Yeah, he did.
68.
Oh, problems again down. Oh, and that pretty race car now has a little damage to it. You saw it spinning around there, the 91.
Just lost grip
Yates.
there. Newton in the 16.
Yeah. Well, Newton had some grip issues since the beginning of this. Boy, we only got a couple laps in, Jim, and we can't seem to finish this one off. Here's a look at it again.
Into the corner. Darren Yates is on the outside. Gets a little lower than most cars on the outside line. They banged wheels.
Yeah.
Newton I don't think Newton had a good entry. Early shadow there, try to stay lower than Yates, and just got in the wrong spot. Both of them had a really kind of an awkward entry there.
Well, he kept it off the wall. Well, that'll help Ryan Litt pick up a couple of spots.
Yes, it will. Keep an eye on the 07. Helberg has had control of this one. Ryan Litt will line up outside row number 2 here in the restart.
Okay, coming down through 3 and 4 now. Engine starting to pick up a little bit. Here we go, green flag waves. And again, not a great start for Montgomery as Helberg jumps out in front and is stretching it down the back straightaway. Lit now, up to third, right where he was before the first caution.
He's got a couple of fans in the stands.
And he
a couple
goes
of
right
pockets
to
of fans.
second.
They're cheering loudly for Ryan Litt out of London, Ontario, Canada.
Litt with a great power move around Montgomery, and he's setting sail after Helberg. Let's see if he can catch him.
Montgomery's lucky if he can hang out a third here. A couple of cars are climbing on him real quick here for the third position.
Helberg is 1.8 seconds out in front of Litt as we work lap number 5.
Montgomery's car handling's gone away. Mike Anderson can tell it. He can smell it. He's going to the outside.
I wonder, Jim, if that's those cooler temperatures working on those tires not to Montgomery's advantage.
He's off the pace now. The 33 Montgomery off the pace, losing 2-3 spots now down the backstretch.
It's got to be a bigger deal than tires this way he's dropping back. It could be an engine issue. Who knows? Litt still running, has lost speed, 2.58 seconds now down to Helberg. So he lost almost a full second that last lap.
Comfortably in that transfer position is Ryan Litt. And Litt now pulls up with an issue off of turn number 2.
Oh, no, he was right where he wanted to be. Ryan Litt had fought his way back up to second, literally had a lap and a half to go almost, and that was it.
Chasing speed.
Oh, you can see him banging the steering wheel, Jim. He is so frustrated.
Chasing speed can come at a price. Everything's got to go perfect. And that car was really fast, really fast.
It sure was. Ashton, can you add anything to this?
Yeah, I got a good look at the 91 machine of Yates, who is struggling in this heat race right now, has damage to both the top wing and the front wing, so we'll see how that affects him for the rest of the race.
Darren Yates rolling third now in that right chrome and blue showpiece. He'll line up third unofficially in the restart. That's what Ashton was talking about, that damage. Just that car spun a couple times, and I'm telling you, that wind literally was trying to break the wing apart. It wasn't from contact, just sheer power of the wind and the air flowing on that wing going in all directions, as he did to a couple of 360s trying to right it a couple of minutes ago. Litt is getting a push from a Jeep, not by a safety truck, which tells me that he might want to try to refire this thing if it just shut off on him. Not looking promising for trying to get that wick relit on the 07. And the 07 has gone back to the pit area. A tall hill to climb now for Ryan Litt, who finished 13th in this race a year ago. After a mechanical issue, he did finish the race, but it was not up to snuff as far as speed and contending. It appears to be a 2-lap dash for Helberg to hold off Mike Anderson, now lining up on his outside.
He's had to weather about 4 restarts, and so far he hasn't had any problems. He's got to do it one more time at least.
Kevin Newton will line up outside row number 2 in that yellow and blue, number 16 TH. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Helberg with a good start again. Anderson a little bit quicker than the rest of the field have been after him. But again, Helberg gets a good run through 1 and 2, and away he goes.
Jeff Montgomery has pulled to the infield.
Yates hanging on to third. White flag is out. Helberg has led this one from the start all the way to this last lap, and soon to be leading it to the finish. Jojo Helberg wins heat race number 1.
And Mike Anderson from the third row in this heat race has moved his way into an advancement position into the pole shuffle. He'll start no worse than 12th tomorrow night.
Looks like a flat right rear there, Jim, on the 33. Jay from Montgomery.
Pulled in with a lap to go. He'll be another fast car to watch come through the C, potentially in the B.
Yep.
The dice roll was not kind tonight so far to Ryan Litt or Jeff Montgomery. 2 of the contenders we thought for sure would be running for top 5 honors before they even got here.
Ashton, how about Jojo Helberg? He's got to be pretty happy with how that race went.
He was, after winning heat race number 1 here at Open Wheel Showdown, but you did say you have a little bit of concerns. First time out on the track, actually racing other cars. You just told your crew you have a little bit of concerns. How is your mindset right now going into knowing that you will be in the pole shuffle later on?
I made some changes after qualifying to make a better race car, and I think it really paid off. It was the car was actually a lot better in the heat race than in qualifying. So I'm feeling racy. I think the pole shuffle is gonna go well regardless of where we start.
Jojo Helberg is ready to race, guys, after picking up heat race #1 win.